Namaste. So, welcome to week 3 of adapting yoga skills to work with different mental health conditions. And once again, we're going to be talking about breathing. And the reason behind this is that breathing is both a basic aspect of yoga and at the same time one of the most ubiquitous of all practices and affords some of the greatest changes to the mind, body, and brain. So today we're going to be talking about the ratio between the inhalation and the exhalation and the differences that arise in our mind as a result of which way we choose to practice. And we're going to need to describe some basic physiology in order to best understand this, right? And certain yoga traditions will say you should inhale longer, you should inhale equally, you should inhale shorter. That's up to you. I want you to understand first what the effects of these 3 practices are from a physiological perspective, and then depending upon how you are feeling or your client or class is feeling, you can apply it accordingly. So, the inhalation is a more active process. The only exception of this is if you're doing breath of fire, Bhastrika, or Kapalabhati. But otherwise, the inhalation is a more active process. The entire rib cage is expanding. We're using our intercostal muscles. And generally speaking, we would call this a sympathetic process. Alternatively, the exhalation, unless you are doing Kapalabhati, Bhastrika, or something like that, is a passive process and associated with parasympathetic autonomic part of the nervous system. So let's talk about this in a little bit greater depth. Not only when you inhale are you expanding the lungs, but you're actually putting a brake on a very important nerve called your vagus nerve. So your vagus nerve is the major nerve of your parasympathetic autonomic nervous system. It comes out of the brainstem, it moves all over the viscera, and very specifically, it links up to the heart. And when the vagus nerve is sending messages to the heart, right, the technical term is action potentials, what happens is the heart rate slows down. And when the vagus nerve is not sending as many signals to the heart, which happens on our inhalation, the heartbeat is naturally faster, right? So, if we inhale really long, we're taking that vagal brake off, so the heart rate's going to go faster. And when the heart rate is faster, blood moves faster throughout the body, the metabolic rate of cells are faster, and the brain is kind of speeding up what's happening, mobilizing its energy. And if that's consistent, unless we're exercising and we feel under threat, right? But it can also help to alert us. It's a great way to wake up if you're tired, breathing in strong inhalations. On the other hand, if you feel very stressed out, if you exhale nice and long, and I'm using Ujjayi breath here because it really helps. If you exhale in that way, you're applying that vagal brake. You're really slowing down the heart, right? And every time you do it, if you keep breathing in that way, you're slowing it down more and more, slowing down the flow of blood, slowing down messages to the brain, allowing your cells to get a bit of a rest. And so, if you are stressed out, in fact, this is one of the best and quickest ways that you can calm yourself down. Now, the last thing is Eastman ratios. So if you inhale and exhale the same rate, let's say you inhale for a count of 6 and exhale for a count of 6, you are giving equal energies to your sympathetic and parasympathetic system, and thereby you're creating a great deal of balance. And this is wonderful to do if you already feel well and healthy, to inhale and exhale at the same rate. So I hope this is helpful. If you are stressed out yourself, or you know somebody who's stressed out, ideally exhale for twice the length of your inhalation, whatever your natural inhalation rate is, and see how you go. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.